What's goody, everybody? It's full-time tripping. We're back in the building with another video for your head top, man. The first game week of the Premier League season is completed. The last game just went through. It's done. The final whistle is sounded. And yeah, we got a recap this week, man. A lot of good, interesting fixtures, man. I'm glad the Premier League is back. I'm glad football is back. And you may be asking why I'm wearing this on top of my head. It's because I'm so comfortable because my team won in the Premier League opener. And I sat back. I just relaxed all weekend, bro. I was chill like this, man. I was cool. I had the robe on. I had the chest out and everything. I ain't going to show you because it's visual effects. I might get T.O. West on YouTube. But you know what I'm saying. It was good. It was good, but it was a dope game week, man. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and make sure you sound off in the comments. What was your favorite moment from this week? What do you feel about your team? Where y'all stand right now, man? It's going to be a long Premier League campaign, but without further ado, man, let's look at some of the fixtures, how we felt, and just talk about this first game week. First and foremost, you already know we got to talk about Arsenal versus Crystal Palace real quick. The Premier League opener. Again, it was a good match. Honestly, where in a match where we were expecting to be bullied. A lot of people were saying, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be an upset result, man. They're going away at Selhurst Park, man. They got bullied like last year, man." But the boys in red made a full account of themselves. Honestly, the first 30 minutes of the game, we were blinding. Like, we were all over, man. The interplay was fantastic. Passing fantastic. Runs were fantastic. And then, only 20 minutes in, we got our goal off a corner. Zinchenko had free space in the box. Again, a nice timed, precise header back over to the other side of the goal. And Martinelli just heads it right in for the first goal of the game. Second goal came through an own goal, Mark Guehi, but Saka had a bunch of space on the side and forced that error. Honestly, overall, again, really, really dope game. I still think for us personally, we gotta learn how to kill games off. We really need to learn how to lock in. And again, when we're up 1-0 in the first half, we need to really crank up the pressure and just be 2-3-0 up by halftime so we can at least chill and have that safety net, because we saw it. When we got to that second portion of the second half, man, Palace started to get back into it. They really started to, again, inch their way back, and we got, pulled back a little bit. It was a little bit sticky at times, but we managed to get that second goal over the line, and then everything just calmed down from there. But I just think we really need to learn how to be a bit more ruthless in front of goal. Some chances, like Martinelli missed a chance that was like a bit before the goal, like at 10 minutes in. Some other chances missed. Martin Odegaard had a big, chance that he just didn't shoot whatsoever when he was in the box. We just got to learn to be more ruthless and just, cutthroat when it comes to shooting. But I think that'll come in time. I think that's going to come with a little bit of encouragement from Mikel Arteta, from the coaching staff. But so far, so good, man. Clean sheet. Standout William Saliba. I'm telling y'all, be on the lookout for this kid. I've been telling y'all from, if y'all know me before the season started in years past, when we signed Saliba, I'm like, yo, this kid looks like something. So I'm hoping he continues to flourish. The partnerships are looking, pretty good between him and Gabriel. A lot of players starting to gel. Zinchenko had a great first performance, and we moved to the next match. But I also know on Crystal Palace, they also played fairly well. I feel like they're missing a bit of energy from the midfield, like Conor Gallagher. Again, a couple mistakes, but otherwise, they stayed in it. Zaha got contained pretty well by Ben White, so I'll give Ben White some kudos for that. Otherwise, I think they'll kick on and have a pretty decent season still. They're just some things that they're missing in terms of energy and aggressiveness, that was definitely apparent last season when we played them. So overall, good Premier League opener. Moving on to a surprising performance the very next game, Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Fulham 2, Liverpool 2. Now, Fulham surprised me. Listen, this is like the Shaquille O'Neal pick, bro. I had to apologize, man. I wasn't familiar with your game. And my predictions, which, it'll probably be up in a card somewhere here soon. For the Premier League predictions, I actually predicted them to be 19th, man. I know the season's long and stuff could go left or right. I just didn't think they would have enough beyond Mitrovic to really, support that. I feel like there may be a little bit more to the story than I assumed, but so far, they looked on it from the very, very first minute, man. They were more aggressive. They were winning second balls. They were winning headers. They were just everywhere, man. That first goal from Mitrovic was just absolutely... My man hit the Space Jam dunk on him, bro. He hit the Space Jam dunk on Trent. It was a very, very surprising performance at Craven Cottage for Fulham, man. I was thoroughly surprised. And honestly, they can take it to teams if they play Liverpool just like that. But of course, you can't really count Liverpool out. Darwin Núñez came in and scored a nice flick goal when he came on in. Mohamed Salah scored as well. And again, you're just like, it's a tough performance for them. They didn't look on it those first 20 minutes. It looked so rough. I'm not gonna lie. There were some things, of course, that were questionable. Like there was I think there was a foul in the build-up for Fulham's first goal. And then, the penalty, of course, may be under some type of question. But I just think that this game really showed that Liverpool just weren't on the pace, but they can be on it. They just have to turn it up, man. They have to turn it up and be on the pace from minute one. And they weren't that day, bro. They weren't. And it was looking a little bit techie, but it's Liverpool. They're gonna find their footing at some point in the season. But really enjoyable game to watch in terms of the shock value. We're going to skip ahead a bit to the last game of the game week that was played. West Ham 0, Manchester City 2. This looked like, again, a pure, like, my man's Wolfie said it best. It was like a training facility moment, bro. It was like training match, bro. Like, it just felt like, Man City were just, kind of doing their usual thing, kind of upping the gears a little bit by a little bit, but they weren't too dynamic. They weren't like the Man City that blinds teams, automatically. This was kind of like a second gear. They didn't really hit it, full throttle, and they were just kind of, doing their thing, but it still was more than enough to get past West Ham, because West Ham just didn't look on it, man. They didn't look on it. They weren't aggressive. They weren't pressing. It just wasn't enough to combat City, in the ways that other teams have found in seasons past, especially this last season. So, really, interesting stuff, but West Ham weren't really on it. Saw a little bit of Scamacca. He looks all right, but still need a lot more from them, but they'll probably kick on after this first game, but it's Manchester City. Of course, 2 goals from Erling Haaland, a penalty, and 1 really, really good goal on a counter, on a break. Listen, I know people were slating him, but Haaland, he looking ready, bro. I'm sorry. He's looking ready to take the league by storm. And again, you have KDB, you have Cancelo, you have Gundogan, you have Rodri, you have how many people that can feed him, any pass over the top or any quality through ball. And if he gets into space and if he's one-on-one with the keeper, more often than not, he's going to bury it. So it's going to be a little bit of scary hours, I think, watching Man City this season. But Man City 2 up. I'm only going to comment on this for like 10-15 seconds at most, but listen, Southampton let themselves down, bro. After a great volley goal from JWP, I felt like they just sat on their laurels a little bit too much, man. They got caught with these little, things right here, man. I will say though, I will give credit where credit's due to Kulusevski. That man, he's back in, he's just back on the trail, and my man looked like he never lost a step. I think that he will really be a more productive player in terms of numbers, that people might think this season. That he's good, man. He's good. And I'm mad that this team has him. I'm mad that the scum have him. But he's a good player, and he'll definitely keep getting off the mark, I think, this season, unfortunately for me. But as a neutral, I must say, they buried Southampton as they were probably supposed to. Now, looking at the upset of the weekend, baby. The theater of nightmares is alive, bruh. It's looking real interesting, baby. Manchester United 1, Brighton Hove Albion 2. Now, there's so many ways to go about this conversation, but let me just first say major credit to Graham Potter. Major credit to Brighton, man. They, again, with Cucurella gone, with Yibasuma out the squad, people were thinking, they might just be a lot weaker, bro. But they took it to Manchester United like they were in the last season, bro. Like, they had no problems. Big ups to Caicedo. That guy could really be a difference maker this year, bro. He looks so good, honestly. Like, he looked so comfortable. Again, technically sound. It was just such a good performance from Caicedo and a good amount of others in there. Shout out to Danny Mensah, bro. Shout out to Danny Mensah bullying the men, on the back line. It was a really good performance from them. Like, they just nullified anything Manchester United even had, bro. But switching over to the United side, they look dead, bro. I'm sorry, they look dead. You got you got the center back partnership of Lizzie McGuire at the back, bro. Like, I don't know. It's not looking rough, bro. It's not looking aggressive. It's looking Disney Channel. I don't know what to tell y'all, bro. That's looking not good. Your midfield situation, you got Scott McTominay Jerry just chilling right there, bro. Like, he's not doing nothing but scuffing shots and literally fouling players. That's the only 2 things he does. He's 2 button on FIFA, bro. Scuff shot, foul player. That's the only 2. It's just not good, bro. It's not good. I feel like this is eye-opening for Ten Hag to show he needs reinforcements and he needs reshuffling. All this, there's still dead wood that needs to be, sorted out, bro. While he's thinking about this on the drive home, Rashford's still writing an essay about how he's sorry to the fans. Listen, bro, he's not good. The only person I could even give some type of credit to, is probably, I'll probably say, like Ronaldo. Ronaldo, when he came on, at least he was kind of aggressive, but he wasn't even, it was whatever. But it's Jadon Sancho, because he was actually trying to make things happen actively. You know what I'm saying? But overall, they look terrible. They didn't look great. That's a wonder for me, baby. I know I'm happy seeing Manchester United suffer like this. But the week, the game week is done, but the season is still really, really young. Who knows what they'll get in at the end of the month. But so far, it's looking like a rough start to life over on Old Trafford, man. It's tough, bro. It's tough, man. All right, speeding through the other results really, really quickly. We had AFC Bournemouth 2, Aston Villa 0. Surprising result for me, honestly. I thought Villa were gonna come in. They spent a lot of money. They're starting Bailey. I know what I'm saying, like, I thought it was just gonna click off the bat. And AFC Bournemouth just coming back up. Scott Parker, again, just coming back up. Didn't look like they got the reinforcements, but they just they just found the goals, man. And Aston Villa just weren't impactful in this game from what I saw, man. Like, tough, but, they had to take that L. Shout out to Bournemouth. Saw a couple of highlights of this. Leeds 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. There were some really, really interesting points, man. Before I even get into the game, but just look, that spin move, man. Pedro, that spin move, bro. Apparently they just bought Goncalo Guedes from Spain, so he gonna come in, and if there's room to get Neto, man, I think somebody should splash that cash. That somebody being Arsenal, but that's a whole nother point. Again, really, really good game from Leeds, honestly. Shout outs, to the youngster. What was it, Aronson? He didn't get the goal credited, but again, he was right there at the right place, right time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a pretty decent and exciting game. I still feel like Leeds are gonna be, again, like, probably like that 15th, 14th area, but they're still gonna have some exciting games like they did this first game week. So shout out to Leeds. We had Newcastle 2, Nottingham Forest 0. This seems like a pretty, bog standard result. Honestly, I thought it would be like a 1-0, something like that, because it didn't look like Newcastle were really gonna, kind of show out on the goal side. But however, an absolute thunderbolt goal from Fabian Schär, man, like a replica of one he did in like a season past. That was an incredible goal when I saw it back. Callum Wilson with a goal as well. Joelinton with an assist. And one thing I will say when I'm watching this game back a little bit, and I saw some of the highlights, Bruno Guimaraes, I'm starting to regret that we didn't get him more and more by the day, bro. He just looks so composed. If you see some of his stats, if you see how he plays, it just looks, it would have been so perfect if Arsenal got him, but it's gonna have to be another regret we live with. But he looks good, man. He looks a player. He looks a player. He's been proving it since he got in the league last season, and I think he's going to continue to prove it this season. So yeah, jumping over to Leicester City 2, Brentford 2. Interesting stakes in this game for me personally, because we had some looks at Yuri Tielemans, as we might be linked with this move that could finally possibly happen. I don't know if it's going to happen ever, but again, they came out the blocks. Again, two goals. So a good header from Timothy Castagna. At the 33rd minute. And then there was a really, really good strike from Kieran Dewsbury Hall. I feel like we're going to be seeing a lot more of him this season. You know what I'm saying? Again, cracking goal. It was actually really good first time, like solid stuff, man. They looked, again, pretty much in control, but you know what I'm saying? The little Brendan Rodgers gene, the little bottle came through it at some points. Ivan Toney scored I'm not even gonna lie, that goal was kind of nasty, bro. Just kind of struck man off on the right shoulder, came through, barreled a goal on the bottom right. That was a dope goal. And then Josh Da Silva, you know what I'm saying, Arsenal Academy boy, came through, scored a really, really good goal, gave him too much space a little bit outside the box. He just curled that into the left-hand side of the goal. Was a dope goal, brought him back. Again, I think Leicester City could be in a little bit of trouble this season, and especially if they lose some players, like there may be some rumors to. So I think it's going to be a rougher season, like I said in the predictions video, for Leicester City, but we got 2-2 as that draw. And for the last match of this first game week, we had Chelsea 1, Everton 0. We had a little bit of a twerk off, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why this man Sterling was arching his back like that, but boy, that's the most action he got this entire game. Okay, it wasn't all that, but like still, it was kind of wild, my boy. Yerry Mina was still trying to grip it too. Hey, never mind. Anyways, it looked like a pretty languid game, man. I'm not gonna lie. Everton, I feel like it played a little bit better than I thought they would, and Chelsea played pretty much where I thought they was gonna play, man. It's just gonna be slow. It was just, really, I guess, patient, just super, again, slow as butter churn football, bro. Like the build up is just not gonna be that quick, and I feel like it's going to cause them trouble, man. I feel like it's still going to cause them trouble when they get to some of these upper teams. When they face Tottenham next week, we'll look at some of those fixtures in another video, man. But I still feel like it's just a little bit of trouble there. There's a little bit of trouble in that team. They still need something. Apparently, Timo Werner's going back to Leipzig, so he's peacing out, and they still need a striker. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that could even possibly be, but again, just regular cheap Jorginho pen. You know what I'm saying? They move. They're 3 points to the good, but I just still think there's gonna be problems for this Chelsea team, man. There's still gonna be Chelsea struggle a lot this season, and it could be enough to finish fifth because United are looking crazy. I don't know if I want to go back on my prediction now, but it's still a very, very interesting race. It's gonna be a tough test next week when they face Tottenham. But we're just gonna have to see how they fare. But the final score for this one was Everton 0, Chelsea 1. But that's all I got for this video today. That's all the fixtures from game week 1. Some interesting results, a little bit of upsets. You know what I'm saying? Some expected results, of course. Erling Haaland's off the line. You know what I'm saying? Arsenal off the line, getting that Selhurst part kind of curse out the way. Liverpool got a little bit of struggling in the system. But again, the season's just starting up. Some interesting stories, man. I think it's going to ramp up even more next week. Got some real interesting games coming through. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be a very, very hectic part of the season, especially with all these transfers coming through. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. How do you feel about the first games of the week? What was the best goal? Who was the best performance in terms of team? And what are you guys looking forward to in the next game week? Let me know in the comment section below. Sound off. Yeah, of course. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. More football content is coming. More guests, more watch-alongs, more reactions, more games, more everything, man. You might get some FIFA in there too. I don't know yet, but we're going to figure it out. But yeah, man, that's all I got for this video today. Hey, don't trip. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.